What's good, everybody? It's your boy Torrance Green, and I'm back at y'all with a brand new episode of Torrance and Cars. And on today's episode, we're gonna be doing front and rear brake pads and rotors. I'm gonna be changing the left front hub bearing assembly on my FX. Now, I was really kind of hoping to do all of this stuff later, mainly the brakes. I was really hoping to do it not now, okay? But my brake pads are metal to metal, they grinding. It just sound bad when I drive. And then when I hit the brakes, the wheel be shaking and stuff like that, and it just be wobbling all over the place. And then with the hub bearing and everything that be going wrong with it, when I drive down the street, it just be howling like, so I have diagnosed it, and I believe it's the left front hub bearing. I hope it's not the rear hub bearing, because if it is the rear, then that means extra work, because there's an axle back there. Got to take out the axle nut and all that stuff. I'm grateful that I don't have the four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive is excellent, but four-wheel drive comes with its own challenges. So I'm grateful that it is on the front and not the back that I have to replace the hub bearing. So without too much more rambling on, because I know I'm doing a lot of that right now, we're gonna go ahead and loosen the wheels and jack the vehicle up and put it on jack stand. So let's get to it. So now that I have the car jacked up and I got the jack stands on it, the car is secure, I got the wheel off, and I'm starting with the left front side because of the hub bearing. I'm starting with that side because I don't know if the hub bearing is seized on there. I just hope and pray that once I take them 422mm bolts off back there, that it will just go ahead and submit and just come on off of there. You know, if it don't want to submit, I got another way, and I don't want to have to use this. I don't want to have to beat it, okay? But I will beat the hub bearing off of there if it don't want to just do what I needed to do. So without too much more rambling on, I'm finna cut on me some Naomi Rain Journey, and we finna get right on to work. So I was trying to do this job with gloves so I don't get my hands too dirty, but I just left the other one inside. I ain't going back inside for it. I'm just finna take this one off and thug it out.
I can't remember what you said. Text me so.
These front pads actually aren't that bad. I know it was the rears, but I just went ahead and bought some front pads anyway, just for good measure. Front pads and rotors. I know the car set for 2 years before I bought it, so it's good.
Who cares about the money spent? Living in the moment. So if it's not convenient, if it's just gonna rain.
This rotor, like I said, it's not too bad, but I'm go ahead. I got a brand new slotted and drilled rotor I'm gonna put on there. So now I'm finna take this hub bearing off. I don't think it's gonna give me too much trouble, honestly. So I'm spinning this hub bearing, and I hear a lot of movement on the inside. I shouldn't be hearing none of them bearings move on the inside. I'm happy because that lets me know that my diagnosis was right.
Comfortable working with what's in these cabinets. Oh, I know I've got everything.
So far, so good. So far, the job is not giving me any headaches. The bolts are coming off pretty easily. if I had a breaker bar, which I do inside, but I do not feel like going back inside because I'm tired of running in and out, forgetting stuff, going back in. I'm just tired of that, so I'm finna thug it out and we finna get this job done for the day so that I can go inside. I wanna be done with everything by maybe 9 o'clock, so let's get to it. So it didn't wanna submit, so I got to get this hammer out and hammer it off of there. Listen to this. Listen, it's not, you're not supposed to be hearing this at all, dog. I'll show you the difference once I pull the other one out. I don't really hear nothing. And it is pretty worn out. Like if you listen to the vehicle, if you drive the vehicle, you can hear this noise. It's pretty loud in there and I don't like it. And it can only get worse. And if you don't, like at a certain point, if I keep driving with this, the wheel could fly off. Like the hub, this part could come completely separated from that part. And it could have your wheel like literally fly off. I don't want that to happen. One big difference that I do notice from the new one and the old one is the old one does not have this shield on it. I think this part might be interchangeable with the rear hub bearing, which is, this is where the axle goes on it. So this one still has that hole, but it also has this cover back here so that dust and other things can't get in there. I mean, just beautiful. Drilled and slotted. Let's go ahead and put it on now. And find, and my garbage pile so high. Oh, no. So now that I got the hub assembly and the new rotor on, what I'm gonna do now is put the bracket on, put the new brake pads, and put the new hardware, then put the caliper back on. Then I'm gonna start on the other side. I'm not gonna film the other side because y'all saw me do this side. Now for this job, I did get OEM brake pad because I wanted to see what the difference was between OEM and the kind that you get at AutoZone. You know, now these were 2 times more expensive than the ones you get at AutoZone, but I just want to do a test because I always get the ones at AutoZone. My theory is that these will make the car stop in a shorter distance and that they will last a bit longer. So I'm gonna test them out and see. And hopefully with them being paired with this nice drilled and slotted brake rotor, it will do this car some justice on the road. So let's get these puppies installed. I ended up getting the wrong brake pads, guys. So I'm gonna have to send these back and go get the OEM joints. Either way, what can we do? We're gonna keep moving on. We ain't finna cry about it. I think I'm gonna stop here tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here tonight. So it is the next day, and I finished last night about I don't know, 9:15. I put everything in the truck. I was in the house by 9:15. And what made me stop was I saw all this dirt and dust on this back, the emergency brakes and all that stuff in there, and I was like, man, I didn't have really anything to clean it off, and so I had to stop, and I felt convicted because, you know, I'm supposed to do everything decently and in order, and I was like, I'm kind of half putting this thing together, man, you know. I didn't have grease to grease up the pins and the brake pads and stuff like that, and I also didn't have any brake cleaner to clean off the new rotors, you know. And you can get away with doing it like that, but I just felt too convicted to keep going like that. And I said, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna, you know, come refreshed. I'm gonna get some rest tonight, and tomorrow I'll be refreshed to where I can, you know, do this job correctly. And so that's what I did. And also too, the front brake pads were not correct. So what I did was, this morning I woke up, my plan was to wake up early. Sewell Infiniti down the road, they open at 7:30. I was like, okay, I know it's gonna get hot outside. Don't really wanna be out in the sun too much. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go to them and get some the correct brake pads. I went down there to them and I bought the brake pads, and I got down the road. I looked in the box, I said, man, these are the same exact pads that I got last time. So I'm like, I had to take them back. They didn't have any in stock. So I had to drive all the way out to Mossy Nissan on I-10, like a 40-minute drive. Now, before I drove all the way over there, because I just wasn't finna do that. I was like, before I drive all the way over here, I need you to call them folks over there at Mossy Nissan to make sure that they got them the pads over there, because I ain't trying to drive no 40 minutes one way and they not have it. So he called them and they had it. I went out there, picked them up. I also went to AutoZone to get some grease, the brake cleaner, and also the hardware kit for the brakes. So now this is where we're at. I'm gonna put on some more Naomi Rain, the Journey album. It's been blessing my soul, if you didn't know. I'm gonna put that on and I'm gonna get to work. Hopefully I can get out of this heat pretty soon. So let's get to it. Out with the old, in with the new. Now we're going back to the front because, you know, I told you that I had to get new pads. The ones that I got were not correct. Also too, I realized yesterday I put the dust shield on backwards, and so I was manipulating it and bending it all different kind of ways to get it on there, but turns out it was just backwards. So I'm gonna have to undo this whole side, take the hub bearing off and everything. So let's get to it. As y'all can see today, I got my little cheater bar, man. So now I'm gonna fast forward to me putting the grease and all the pins and the new pads and transferring all of these attachment clips over from the old pads to the new pads. So y'all seen me do this yesterday. I'm not gonna add it in there twice, but whew, it's giving me a run for my money, dog.
Because when it rains, it pours. But maybe it's not such a bad thing to set it on fire, set the world on fire.
This is probably why I've been avoiding working on my cars, because I know every time I do something, it's always a challenge. Most things that I do, no matter if I know how to do it, sometimes it's a challenge for me. Alright. That's good, like that there. I like that. I like the sound of that there. You know what I mean? Boom. I don't know if you can put too much on here. I don't know if too much grease is a bad thing, but I think I put a pretty liberal amount of grease on there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to underdo it. I'd rather overdo this than underdo it, you know what I mean? But I think we good either way. I got it on now. It's spinning freely. You know what I mean? Now let's get the pads and put these, change these tubment clips. We're gonna clean those up and put them on the new pads because they do not sell these with the OEM pads, so I gotta put them on. So I'm gonna grab my old trusty screwdriver here, and these should just pry right on off of there. Find a good spot. Yeah, like that there. I don't know what this is on the back of it. I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe. I don't think it needs to be that aggressive. So now that that's done, I can go ahead and push this piston in and get done with this brake job. I'm ready. Now, see, that just shows how important greasing your pins and bushings and stuff on your brakes are, because yesterday I had to hold this thing, it was so dry, I had to hold these pins with a ratchet or a wrench because they kept spinning. That's how dry they were. Anyway, we're finally done with the brake job. Now I can move on to putting in the radiator fans. That is the end of the video. I had more footage, but I honestly do not know what happened to it, y'all. Like, I don't know what happened to it. And y'all know what insanity is. It's like doing the same thing over and over again, hoping you're gonna get different results. I feel like I'm kind of going insane trying to find this footage because I keep checking every SD card, every hard drive, every computer, in hopes that one day it'll just magically appear. Like, I don't know what happened to the footage, but look, I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching to the end. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm still doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. You don't want to miss that. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I don't know how much more of this content I'm going to be pumping out, and I think that's okay. You know, I tried this and I wanted to do it for so long. But I'm realizing bottom line really is, I just don't have all the time to be doing this kind of content. And I feel as if my focus needs to shift to something else. But once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting me, for watching this video to the end. It means so much to me. It means much more than words could ever say. Like, cause y'all watching my videos, like, why am I so special that you get to watch my videos? I'm honored. I'm just honored to be able to give you guys meaningful content, content that warms your heart, content that feeds your soul, and not all that crazy stuff. So until next time, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thanks again.